we need to bring Laura Serino and Ryan Holmes, the two creators and big brains behind the Skeptics series that is now hailing and bringing AI Shopper to the D2C world. We need Laura and Ryan inside of the show. Get inside of here. Laura and Ryan.
Let's go.
There we go. Get in here.
Go. Wow.
Wow. That was the greatest intro of my life.
You know,
there you go.
Right there.
we endeavor to surprise and delight here on the show, Laura. That's what we endeavor to do. And
yeah, I want to say real quick, all
please.
the high praise, all the compliments, we really appreciate that. But can we get some love for that ad read? I mean, that's one of the best ad reads I've ever heard in my life.
Let's go.
That was
We do
incredible.
them every day. Chris does them
every
every
day.
single day.
Every day.
You
single
should
day
get a
live.
BAFTA for that, Chris, just for your ad.
Let's go.
You know,
Let's go. I agree.
we throw it down for our
Yeah.
partners because
We
our
do.
partners throw it down for us, and this would not exist. This would, and I'll say this. One of the things that we open the show with every single day is a firm belief of mine: ads are not bad. Ads are good. We all live because of ads. We wouldn't have lives because of ads. So when it's ad read time, it's go time, baby, and we throw it down. We throw it down.
Absolutely.
For our partners. Now, Ryan, Laura, you guys, you've done an incredible job. I'm so pumped about this series, and not just because my handsome face appeared in it, but you guys, Ryan, Senior Creative Director, Laura, Director of Content, Community, and Brand at Postscript. You guys got to give us background. How did this come to be? What did this process look like? Because I'll just say, I know there's a ton of teams and a ton of creatives and a ton of brand, there's a ton of brand people inside of our space who would love to do exactly what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
And they can't and they don't. Give us the origin story of how this whole thing came to be.
I think I said to Ryan, we should do a TV show.
Yeah.
And Ryan is, like, just to back up a little, Ryan and I have been kind of creative counterparts for almost 5 years at Postscript.
Seriously.
So for
Wow.
in B2B SaaS, to have worked together that long together,
Wow.
is really special, is certainly been like a career highlight for me. And the idea behind Skeptics in general was kind of like we were trying to capture a moment in time for e-commerce right now, which is that like AI has completely changed everything. I mean, forget like e-commerce in the world in recent months. And we were trying to kind of define what the different AI personalities of e-commerce are right now.
Yeah.
So it was like, the Averys who are like the enthusiasts, that they're like hyped on AI. They're ready to like adopt everything.
Mm-hmm.
There's like our character Joey, who's kind of like, I know this is important, but how do I even begin to incorporate AI into my everyday?
Exactly.
And then there's the like Julians of the world who are maybe they're old school marketers and they're like, no, not interested. Or they're just like, I don't know, they're skeptics. They're true skeptics. They're like, I don't understand. I don't see the value in it. And so we wanted to we wanted to capture that in a way that was funny, because I think a lot of the AI conversations when you're in e-commerce right now are often fraught with like a little bit of like, I'm nervous about it. I don't know how to use it. Is it gonna replace this or that? And so we knew it was going to be a topic that would hit with our audience. And we also wanted to create something that we wanted to selfishly watch on LinkedIn. That that we would see and be like, oh, that's funny. We like that.
Yeah. I totally agree with that. I mean, like life's too short, like not to do something interesting, right? I mean, it's something that
if you think
people
about,
actually like watching.
If you guys think about, Postscript, our customers are some of the biggest and best brands in the world with a very distinct brand voice. And the people who use Postscript, they're marketers. They're sharp. So we want to show up in the market like one of our customers. We want to be able to stand shoulder to shoulder with some of the best brands in the world. And everybody, B2B is boring. And we don't want to be that. We wanted to create something that would be entertaining. There's also a really brilliant kind of hook in here that I'll let Laura talk about in a sec here, but to really show off what Shopper does. But When Laura came to me last, I think it was right after Black Friday, actually, she's like, we should make a TV show. And my mind immediately went to B2B doesn't really do that. So we have to do this.
Yeah.
And that's like what we do. I think and that's a testament to the leadership here at Postscript. There is an appetite for disruption. So if you look at the bodega booth at Shop Talk, Skeptics,
Flex.
the stuff we got cooking coming soon, this is what we do. And we want to make noise, have some fun. And Dan Glazer, our chief sales officer at Postscript, said something that stuck with me. Here internally, we don't take ourselves too seriously, but our competitors should take us very seriously. So that's kind of like that's kind of the sauce that we bring to
absolute
to
bar
e-com.
dropping on the show. That was just an absolute bar dropped on the show. That's so fire. You got to talk to us about approaching, a Mike or an Alex with an idea like this. When I was at Triple Whale, we would have to approach Raba and basically be like, hey, I got this idea. It's a bit of a moonshot. And then Rob would be like, take a seat. Let's take a seat in my office. Pitch me this. And then he'd be like, I hate this. Get out. Or I love this. Or he'd be like, work on it more. You're in like phase 2 of this. I need it to be like phase 4. So talk to me through it, like pitching Mike on this, where he's like, hey, let's talk this out.
Oh my God. Have you met Mike before?
Of course. Yeah.
Is down for any wild idea, which is
Let's go, Mike.
Is why working at Postscript is so much fun, because there is very little fear of like, hey, we want to take a big swing and we don't actually know if this is going to hit. But we think it will. And I think like our team too, we've been at the company for a while. We've helped build the brand. I think we have like a little bit of trust established at this point too. Yeah. So it's kind of like, not everything we do is a slam dunk, but a lot of it is. And so I think it was more of like Mike being like, I trust you. I mean, there were even some points in this whole process, Chris, where we were like, oh, do you want to see like a script or a sneak peek or a trailer? He was like, nah.
Whoa. I love that. Wow.
Oh, we're just really lucky, I think.
Yeah.
Wow.
Leadership is starving for this type of stuff. And like I said, our customers are super sharp, and we just want to show them, it's kind of a love letter to them in a sense, like we want to show them that we get it, and especially going the route with humor. Nobody remembers the sappy Super Bowl ad. It's the funny one. Comedy is just kind of like the thing that we can all kind of relate to. And I think, again, we don't take ourselves too seriously. Episode 4, the finale, has some absolute heaters in it. So stay tuned for that. But can't thank you enough for popping in for episode 3. I think the cameos really make this kind of like a community thing and not just like a Postscript thing. So when we teased that early on internally, people are like, wait a minute, this is like much bigger of an idea than we initially thought.
Well, and we can't forget the Sean Frank prayer candle. We can't forget this.
Of course,
Sean Frank, saint of e-commerce.
That's huge. As you would. I have mine back here that I just keep, and
that scene wrote itself.
The patron saint of e-commerce, Sean Frank.
Yeah.
Okay, so a few things here, and then I want to get into the mechanics of actually experiencing AI Shopper, getting the message out, allowing people to experience it, because I think that you guys have done this in a delightful, interactive way that allows people to kind of get inside the belly of the beast, so to speak, and actually experience the thing. A few things before we get there. Number 1, the bodega at Shop Talk, flex. Absolute flex. Okay.
Ryan.
Absolute flex. Let's go, Ryan.
Let's go.
Shout out Angel Kennard at Postscript, the queen of events.
Way to go, Angel.
Legend.
Number two, this series also flex. And I think it positions you guys. I think it gives window into where Postscript actually is in the market. A lot of people still like remember days of yore. Postscript coming out of YC, and it's like the underdog champ that we all know and love. And that I know that kind of spirit of humility is still very alive and well inside of the company. But I'll just say, as a third party here, Postscript is crushing and literally working with the biggest brands and companies on the interwebs. And just these two things, the existence of this series shows that. Okay, there's a reason why nobody else is doing this. The fact that Postscript is flex. Okay, but number two, walk me into the experience of this thing. I feel like, of course, you got comedians involved in it. Incredible. You didn't just bring in the funniest people from The Office to be involved. You actually went and got real comedians to be in the series. But number two, the QR code, bringing people in, allowing people to talk to Julian and like experience AI Shopper in a real way. I think it gets rid of some of the skepticism of like, oh, well, your AI tool, oh, it could never talk authentically like my brand, oh, my products are so special, there's like no way that walk me into like the actual demo of this thing that the experience brings you to.
Yeah, this whole process was like beyond the TV show. We wanted to create kind of a universe of this fake soda brand, Fizzy Soda. I mean, Ryan and I even stood up like a Shopify store, just like our customers would. And we filled out our own brand center. We filled out our own shopper. We did it just the way our customers do it. And when I was writing Julian's character, I had kind of in my mind, like, if you're an e-commerce brand watching this show and you have one of these founders that is like a personality, like is maybe outlandish, or maybe just like is just like very thoughtful and just someone that your customers would want to hear from, how do you capture that? And our like shopper, our AI is using a brand voice to operate. And so I was like, if we can create this very specific brand voice for the series and then create the demo so that if people watch the series and they opt in and they want to chat with Fizzy Soda's founder, Julian, they can do it. And if they've watched the series, they'll actually recognize the voice and actually feel like they're yapping with Julian over text. And it has worked. We had someone opt in, and I'll have to send it to you, because they said something like, hey, can you write me a poem about your sodas? Yes. It was the most insane response that Shopper sent back, like literally using the fake sodas we came up with on our Shopify account. It was an actual poem. It was like the character Julian was texting back. I mean, it was really, even I was like, wow, okay, this is really even better than we're selling it as. This is real good.
That's
so
wild.
It was about building that whole experience so that like every touch point we could have like a true journey with the brand. Also with the hope that like maybe this is, something we continue to do. We continue to build on like this fizzy brand, this personality, and having fun, and hopefully a season 2, of being able to do this, and just kind of like a more fun way to let people experience a product versus just like a demo walkthrough, And so that was kind of the whole thought process behind it.
I just thought that was so genius on Laura's part, because there's a lot of skepticism around AI to be able to deliver a message to a customer on behalf of an e-commerce brand that stays on brand, that doesn't hallucinate or go crazy and say weird stuff. And Laura writing that such a specific voice for Julian, who's totally out there, has his own vocabulary and just kind of his very specific tone, to nail that and to show that we could do that through Shopper inside of Postscript is like the perfect through line. And when it first started, we're just like, oh, we're making this cool, funny TV show. And then it was like aha moment of like, oh my goodness, this is the perfect way to show it in an entertaining way and not just be another webinar slide deck boring delivery of this information. So cheers.
It's such a good idea. It's such a good idea.
Thank you, Chris.
You know, it made me think. It made me think that maybe we need to get. We need to get like some kind of hotline, text in hotline for the show,
Mm.
and
Yes.
we need to imbue Colin and myself in there, and maybe
Yes.
maybe we get people's questions for guests when they come on and such. But I think this speaks to the power of what you guys have developed with the AI shopper, and it is such a natural extension for e-commerce, and AI and its ever-growing capabilities is enabling one-to-one conversations with people when they text you. It is such a it's such a natural extension of AI's power for actual profit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I love that you guys are really pioneering this and enabling it for customers. It feels like such a very natural, tactile value add in our ever-changing world with e-commerce and AI. I think it's such a very natural extension.
Well
We
said. I
appreciate
also hope we can like actually make a soda at some point. Like
Yeah,
I want to make Fizzy.
Yes.
Like, I want to get into D2C beverage now. That's what I
think
Well, I
want.
mean, I think you guys could even just go a step further and just partner with one of your existing soda brands and just rock and roll and just do a Postscript flavor. Like,
I-
let's just have a Postscript flavor.
Needs to be.
That's
Posties.
actually brilliant.
Vibes.
Yeah.
Posties 1.0,
Gotcha.
Posties 2.0, cherry Posties, but
Cherry
Fizzy.
Toasties. That's awesome. What could you guys, I mean, one of the things I really loved about this was it cut through the timeline of all of the typical LinkedIn stuff that you would have. And you can see this from the performance of the posts from everybody who posted about it. Do you guys have any other moonshots that you're cooking up back there that maybe you could sprinkle on us where you're like, this is what we're thinking about? Maybe this is going to be our next at bat that we're trying to think about. Anything you can kind of sprinkle on us. It's all good if you can't. I do want to see season 2. I'm already hooked. I'm hooked on this thing.
Ready.
I already want to see episode 4, but I have to wait for that. It's fine.
We may be able to-
Our
may be
lawyer's
able to-
standing right outside my door here. We have an absolute whopper in the chamber right now.
Wow.
We cannot say anything, but I
No.
promise
Whoa.
you it is seismic.
Whoa.
And we're going to
Whoa.
be developing all kinds of new fun stuff to launch that. But that's all I can say.
And we've got,
Dang, what a tease.
we've got meetings with HBO and Netflix now. So
Yeah,
Let's
exactly.
we're busy.
Yeah, we're
go.
busy. I love that. Well, we await the drop of season 2. We await the drop of episode 4 with bated
Let's go.
breath. And anybody who has not gone and seen episode 3 needs to happen right now. I think what we'll do is we'll just, whenever we clip this interview, we'll quote tweet, we'll send everybody to go and watch episode 3. There is a very, very extremely, I don't know where they found this guy, but good looking cowboy who just, pops in and, anyway, good one on that. And we look forward to more, and you guys are crushing, and we love having you part of the show. And let me say this, Ryan, whatever whopper is in the chamber and is coming forth, we're happy to come and live stream and a little tease. We're happy to do that.
I'm sensing an exclusive, perhaps.
Whoa! Yeah, baby. We're talking.
Real quick before we go, just wanted to ask you both, who is on your Mount Rushmore of B2B SaaS TV shows made specifically for LinkedIn?
Oh gosh. On mine is YouTube for sure.
It'd be you.
I don't know who else belongs there. What do you got, Colin?
Perfect. Yeah, no, it's a very specific category.
That's the answer. That's the right answer.
That's the right answer.
I think it's just
Two
you
on the
guys.
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, it's just you guys right now.
I think the only other person that I can even think of who has created like dynamic content that people want to watch is like Adam Robinson from years ago.
Yeah.
He like first did the documenting his journey and everything. Well, now we've got the original, the first mockumentary, the ecom sitcom with Fizzy Soda, and so there's a new champ. There's a new champ in town.
This is the Mount Rushmore. It's the four of us, the edutainment.
Let's go. Let's go. We'll take that. We'll take that. Well, we're in good company. Ryan, Laura, we appreciate you guys joining us. We're looking forward to episode 4 coming soon, and that whopper you guys have in the chamber. Keep creating interesting things and innovating in our space. We appreciate you guys. Look forward to having you back.
Thank you both so much.
Thanks, team. Check out Skeptics. Hit the QR code. Chat with Julian.
Absolutely. Go chat with Julian. Get a poem. Get a poem from Julian. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys.